Good. That's the word that I have consciously added to my vocabulary this year. And it's been a hell of a challenging year. My wife, Connie, who has spoken at this conference, resigned from 911 after police dispatch after 18 years. And that was after going on stress leave due to a toxic workplace and due to a diagnosis of PTSD and all the anxiety and depression that came with that. And as a result of that, we ended up selling our home because we couldn't afford it anymore. And what's become clear to me since we last met comes from somebody who's probably familiar to many of you. He's an ex-Navy SEAL commander. His name is Jocko Willink. Now, he's got books and he's got a TED Talk and he's got podcasts about leadership. But what hit home for me was a 2.5-minute video of his on YouTube called Good. And what he says is that as a leader, his people would come to him with problems. And his response was always the same. Good. Oh, we didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted. Good. I didn't get promoted. Good. You got time to get better. You got injured? Good. You got beat? Good. You learned. Unexpected problems? Good. We got the solution, or we got the opportunity, rather, to find a solution to that. So when things go wrong, don't get bummed out. Get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and get after it. And I've been really trying to live that this year. My wife gets diagnosed with PTSD. Good. I have an opportunity to look after her and look after somebody who's got anxiety and depression, and that's made me a better husband and a better boss. She's lost an 18-year career in law enforcement. Good. She has the opportunity to take those skills and start a new career and kick ass in that one, which she is. Her 6-figure salary, gone. Good. It's a chance for us to reevaluate our finances and to downsize into a house that makes more sense for the lifestyle that we're living. See, if you can't afford your bills, change your bills. Because we've all got struggles, yes or no? Yeah. And everybody in here and everybody that you know is fighting some kind of battle, yes or no? Yeah. Life's not fair. And now that that's out of the way, what are you going to do about it? Sometimes all you can control is your own attitude. And I decided to act my way into a new way of thinking. And this little habit of saying good makes your mind explain to itself the why that it's good. A few months ago, I applied for the 4th time in 10 years to our department's crisis negotiation unit. And I had worked hard for this, and I got shortlisted, and I got an interview, and I got the phone call saying, once again, I wasn't accepted. And as I hung up the phone, my wife could see that disbelief and disappointment in my eyes. And you know what she said? Good. She goes, you can focus on other things now. You can focus on other stuff that matters. And though I didn't want to hear it, man, she was right. Like she always is. You know, I don't have time. Or if I do, something else that's important is going to fall off. And I can't have that. So I've really taken ownership of this word good and the little mental exercise that goes along with it. And I've learned. And we all need to learn, yes or no? Yeah. One of the things that's become clear to me is how good can help you towards your goals. So as some of you might know, I started doing stand-up comedy a few years ago. If you want to be humbled, start a new hobby in your 40s. Yeah, start a new hobby where when you don't do well, which is often, you end up with a room full of people just staring at you awkwardly, like what's happening right now. No, it's weird. It's weird being like a cop and a comedian because none of the other comics will do blow with me. Oh, it's like, no, they're always like, it's a trap. It's a trap. I set a goal in 2018 where I said I'm going to do 40 comedy shows. And that was kind of a stretch for me. It's like almost one a week. I have to really get out there. And I was at an open mic show. And this is one of those shows where you show up and you don't know if you're going to get on, and they choose the comedians just before. And I didn't get picked again. And I was pissed off. And I thought, I was getting down on myself like, these guys don't like me, or they don't like that I'm a cop, or I'm not 20 years old like they are, or I'm not funny. I don't know. And so all I wanted to do was just walk out of there. But I thought, what message is that sending to everybody else here? So I decided to sit down. And as I started to think about it and to be really present with the feeling that I had, I thought, you know what? This is all part of the journey. Right? Why don't I have to toil like everybody else? Why don't I have to work hard and be disappointed like other people? Like, I'm not special. And there's no hack, right? You want to do anything well, there's no hacking your way there. And boo-hoo, oh, I didn't get on a show that I wanted. Good. And I thought, how am I going to get to my goal of 40 if this keeps happening? Well, they had a late show that I could get on that started at 10:30 on a Tuesday night, downtown, in the snow. And I work early day shift the next day. And the only people who are going to be left in the audience is a handful of other comedians. But I stayed. And I worked on some new material, and I did that. And it went all right. And I got off stage and got some really good feedback from a professional comedian. And I also ended up talking to a guy who said, hey, I'd like you to come and host my show in a couple of months. And that was a big deal for me. I had not hosted yet, and that's a big stepping stone in comedy. And none of that stuff would have happened if I had just given in and just walked out of there. See, goals push us to become the type of people we need to be to achieve them. And as we're pushing towards that goal of personal excellence, there's going to be setbacks, yes or no? Yeah. This whole good thing has seeped into the rest of my family as well. In January, my parents had rented a place in Mexico for a couple of months, and so my whole family was down there. And we get on a city bus, and my sister and her two little kids sit in the back seat, and somebody had clearly urinated back there. And she goes, oh my God, it's somebody peed back here. And my dad, without missing a beat, goes, good. This should be interesting. He goes, you're getting an authentic experience. I don't think sitting in pee on a bus is an authentic Mexican experience, but good try, Dad. Good is what has become clear to me over the last year. And I hope it's clear to you. Yes or no? Yeah. I'll leave you with this. Before I came to ILEETA, I had somebody tell me, is it really worth your while to go down there? Like, you're just talking to a bunch of other open-minded trainers. Aren't you preaching to the converted? And my response was this: it is absolutely worth my while. And I'm not here preaching to the converted. I'm here preaching to the other preachers. Thank you.